I am Zaharadeen Bello, the coordinator, Department of Common and International Law, Marai Abacha American University of Niger, Maradi. Yes, Law Department is a department that is called Department of Common and International Law. Is a department that is solely undergoing a common and international law program. The department comprises of courses that are purely of common and international law, and the department is of 4 levels. You know, as an international university, our students normally, when they graduated from there, they will come back to Nigeria and attend what we call BA Part 1. So because of that BA Part 1, we are having 400 level, and throughout that 400 level, you know, the university we are undergoing 3 semesters per year. So within that semester, 1 to 400 level, they will have what we call 8 semesters. 8 semester, that is each level 2 semester, 400 level making 8 semesters. And in each semester, as an international university, we try our best to see that the courses they are undergoing are in line with what we call NUC guidelines, because there is what we call BMAS, that is the guidelines for NUC programs, particularly for law programs. And we know that even though it's an international university, but almost all our students are from Nigerian government, Nigerian Republic. And that is why we also, as I told you, consider NUC guidelines, i.e. BMAS. So we try our best to see that all the courses that are required for Nigerian law school are being done, i.e. the compulsory courses that unless we do them, you will not be admitted into Nigerian law school. We are proud of our students because we try our best to see that we give them the standard educational required, particularly as a law student. Thank God, most of our lecturers, majority of them are from Nigeria, and we have undergone Nigerian universities. Some of us from ABU, Ahmadu Bello University, some of us from Bayero University, some of us from University of Maiduguri, some from Katsina, and some other universities. So based on that, we all have in our mind the basic requirement and the educational standard of law student as far as Nigeria and international is concerned. And some of our also lecturers are international in nature. So all the required standard for education we do give them. That is why I don't want to jump into the conclusion, but that is why if you go through the history of our law students going to Nigerian law school, you find that they are doing very well because we give them what is required as a law student. Yes. Yes, there are some challenges that our students maybe, as I can say from the word go, that is from the beginning of the program, that they do challenge, they do face. Some of the challenges are the challenges of how to assess materials. You know, it's an international university and it's an American university. So we not only rely on what we call hard copy material, we also introduce them into soft copy material. Sometimes we give them assignment, they cannot access internet, they cannot access book on the internet and do the assignment. But as time goes on, we train them, we give them the necessary skills, and they are all equipped as to how to access material in the internet. In addition to hard copy that we made it compulsory for them, that whenever they are resuming back, they must buy hard copy of courses, because whenever school is about to resume, a law department will make sure that we give the students the courses that are to be done in the next semester, so that they will prepare again that semester. We also give them the references books that they can buy before resuming to school. So in addition to that, those references books, we also guide them on how to access books and material online. And when we are doing the lecture, each lecturer also give them what you call lecture guide notes, so that lecture guide note will guide the student in addition to hard copy materials and the internet material that they use to gather online. Yes, 2010 I did voluntary lecture at Bello University, Kano. After my NYC, I did NYC there. I lectured during my NYC, and even after the NYC, I started doing voluntary lecture. But later, I abandoned that. I was employed into College of Legal and Islamic Studies, Jigawa State, Ringim. And since 2012 up to date, I am lecturing there. And within this January, I hope to be promoted to lecturer 1 there. Yes, a lot of things. First of all, there in Nigerian universities is when you resume as a student, that is when the course you undergo for that semester, the necessary material to buy and some other things. But in American University, particularly under Common and International Law Department, before the student resume, we already have what we call social networking, so that we used to send students all the necessary courses that they are going for the following semester. I will also send them the references material that they need to buy. And if there is any problem, the students are always contacting us, and we give them necessary help before resuming to school. In addition to that, during the lecture, we do lecture, we are doing lectures most of the time with the use of introduction of PowerPoint, projector. And we give them lecture guide notes. A part of lecture guide note, we give them course outline for the course. We give them access to online material so that they can further their research. And a part of that, the lecturers there are so social in such a way that whenever a student has any problem, not necessarily during the lecture, even after the lecture, maybe by the time you retire back home, you are resting. If a student is reading and he finds it difficult to apprehend anything, at Maria Abacha University, our lecturers are free to answer any questions maybe pertaining any reading materials from student. So even if you are resting at home, the student can still call you, telling you that, sir, this and that I am reading currently at home and I cannot understand. And you have to respond to that student. And sometimes they will send it through online to you. Then you respond to them, you clarify things to them, which is uncommon in Nigerian universities. A lecturer will start harassing a student by calling the lecturer. And we also do so many things there. We make sure that we socialize with the student, because it's only by socializing with the student that the student will feel free to understand understand what you are teaching them. We carry the student as our friends, as our colleagues, and so on. Unlike in Nigerian university, where you find that a lecturer is a boss to the student, a student will find it difficult to even approach his lecturer because he is afraid of what you call victimization. But there, a student will always call your attention, draw your attention, and you make sure that whenever there is need for any clarification, you clarify. And most importantly, pertaining the issue of result, it's one of the difficult issues that Nigerian students are facing. That in Nigeria, if you fail, or if there is anything like what you call absent is written in your result, just forget about it. They will not entertain. They will advise you to go and register and write. But there will ask you to write formally that this is the complaint I have. Then the complaint will go through the school. The school will entertain it. And if there is need to bring your script and remark it, will bring your script and remark it. Or if there is any mistake of maybe instead of putting the right mark of A for you, grade of A, the lecturer, the examiner put what you call C or D for you. Instantly, whenever he realized that this is the situation, he will correct it instantly, and he will take the issue back to the school, informing the school this is the correction he has effected. And apart of that, we make sure that the students, whenever they are having any difficulties, maybe failure to understand or having difficulties in apprehending or what have you, that is outside class, we also give them guide, what we call guide and counseling. That this is the way you should do, this is the way you're supposed to do, and that is the way you're supposed to go about your study. We always guide them, we always teach them on how to make things or get things easy for them. Yes, well, in the future, I see Mary Abacha University as one of the first-class international university. Being that from the few years that Mary Abacha started its programs to date, you find that Mary Abacha University has achieved a lot compared to all those old universities that are yet to achieve those progress. Mary Abacha University has undergone so many recognition internationally that has not been done by Nigerian universities, even though they are oldest universities, but they were unable to achieve those targets. And in terms of so many things, I see Mary Abacha University as one of the best university. In future, it will be one of the greatest university. Most important thing that it is recognized by a SIC, International Institute of Accredited International Universities, and it is also a member of international universities and some other organizations that non-Nigerian university is registered or Nigerian university is registered, because Mary Abacha University has been recognized by almost internationally. You know, it's an American university, so America is a home to Mary Abacha University. When I say internationally, all over the world, yes. Yes, we have achieved a lot of success. You know, as I told you, as you also said, Baby University, you know, we cannot avoid some challenges. We face a lot of challenges, and we were able to overcome those challenges. And some of the challenges we face pertaining the lecturers, we try our best that whenever there is any issue with regard to maybe student and lecturer, that the lecturer is not entertaining student or is not attending student, the lecturer is not doing his best lecture. You know, one thing that I forgot to tell you is that at Mary Abacha American University, all the lecture rooms have what we call CCTV camera. So there is coordination in such a way that the lecturer is doing the lecture while the admin officer is watching the lecture. So if the lecturer is delivering his lecture in such a way that he is not authorized by the university, his attention will be drawn. And if he refuses, he continues, then his appointment will be terminated. Likewise, if there is any irregularities, maybe in terms of delivering his lecture, or he cannot deliver the way he's supposed to deliver, first of all, we used to change the course for him. We ask him, which course do you best understand? Which course do you best lecture? If he cannot deliver any one of the low courses, then we will just discharge him from the university. Or if there is any issue of immorality, is among the challenges we face. Issue of immorality, we made it clear to the student that any lecturer that maybe introduce any immoral issue to the student should not hesitate to inform the school authority. And we will make it secret, that will not even disclose the name of the student to the lecturer, so that it will be the student will not be afraid of victimization. We will try our best to take the necessary action even on our way to the lecturer. Yes, we are short of word of thanking Abubakar Adamu, Professor Abubakar Adamu Gorozo, the president and founder of Mary Abacha American University, more particularly at Common and International Law Department, for all the support he is giving us. Because whenever we have any issue and we table it before him, he will instantly approve it. Like this issue of extracurriculum activity, issue of moot trial, issue of mock trial, issue of debate among our law students. He all approved everything for us. That is why we always have what you call, moot and mock trial, and that is also helping our students and motivating them. Apart of that, whatever we introduce to the founder and president of Maria Abacha American University at law department, he always entertain and give us the necessary help. That is why you find that most of the international university, if you finish most of the international university, you have to go to what you call remedial studies, 200 level. Go to Nigerian university, spend 2 years, then you proceed to law school for bar part 1, then bar part 2. But in our under his own capacity, he did all he can do to make sure that as English university and the American university were able to be admitted straight to bar part 1 without necessarily going to remedial program, and that is a very great achievement and motivation, in fact, to the students. So we really thank him and we are proud of him, and we pray may God Almighty continue to guide and protect him throughout his life. My unforgettable moment at Maria Abacha American University in the time when the president and founder of Maria Abacha American University saddled me with the responsibility of, that is by the time university started, he saddled me with the responsibility of bringing out the standard required courses to be done by law students under international law faculty. I cannot forget that task because I found it highly difficult. I did a lot of consultation into Nigerian universities and NUC in order to go in line with BMAS. And that thing, thank God, that thing has really helped. That is why we are nowadays succeeding, because it's because of that standard curriculum we have that we are not having any challenges with law school. Yes, my moment of proud is the time I found that Maaun, Maria Abacha American University, under international, common and international law, are admitted into Nigerian law school. I cannot forget that also. I am proud of that they are strictly admitted on that, because there are some people that are saying there is no way that our student will be admitted straight to Bar Part 1, they must undergo remedial. But at that time, the law school admitted them straight to Bar Part 1. So I am really proud of that, and I cannot also forget that. Yes. Yes, I always call upon my students. Law is not only about education. In law we have ethics. So I always call the student to always be moral, ethical, and read hard. Because it's not easy, study is not easy. And unless you study, that is where you become a learned and educated. So I always call upon them that nobody will help you in life apart of your brain. So use your brain, forget about whatever someone will tell you. Even if your colleague will tell you that if we see so lecturer or so person will give him money or will do this, that colleague is only deceiving you. Just use your brain and pass, and that is all. Yes, to my co-lecturers, my call upon them is to take our students as our children and our younger one, so that you not do any harm to your younger one or your blood brothers or sisters. So we should take them as our blood brothers and sisters in such a way that morally, educationally, and otherwise we discharge our duties without any maybe harm to the student. Yes. Yes, to the general public, I always advise people to look at the universities that have standards. 1, 2, the university that in which their children will be motivated by the lecturers, and in such a way that there will be no harassment, no intimidation from the lecturers, and most importantly, issue of sexual harassment, isn't it? You know, we are trying our best, isn't it? Even though we are not angels, but we are trying our best in such a way that it's hardly to see any issue of sexual harassment and other issue in our university. Yes, so parents and general public should always embrace Maria Abacha American University, because it's one of the first class university, and you will not understand what I'm saying unless you go to Maria Abacha and you undergo program there. Maria Abacha, as I told you, Maria Abacha American University of Niger, common and international law. A part of the standard law required courses, we are also doing what you call borrowing courses, and that are also being according to the BMAS, like introduction to English language, what you call communication skills, English communication skills. We do literatures, we do philosophy and logics, we do public administrations, we do computer science, that is introduction to computer, and some other courses that I cannot single-handedly say it now. They are part and parcel of our curriculum, just to be in guideline with the BMAS, and in addition to that, to have our students be educated vastly, not only limited to law courses.